What is good, everybody? My name's Ethan. I'm your friendly neighborhood smoke man. Today, we're in the break room of the smoke shop, and today, I'm gonna be telling a little bit of story. What had happened was, I was about 13, 14 years old, and some homies that I had just met convinced me to break into a school with them, and we caused so much damage, and I got put on probation at 13, 14 years old. And then the day I got off probation, I got my happy ass arrested again. Let's get into it. So I know what you're probably thinking. Ethan, what do you mean by a bunch of damage? When I mean a bunch, I'm talking close to 100 grand. At least 25,000. 25,000 is indeed the number. So, I met these guys. For the sake of the story, we'll call the guy Travis, the girl Nina. The other two guys had the same name, so we'll call them James and James. The other one's name, we'll call him Fred. And then, and that was me and my sister. So, what had happened, we climbed the fire escape, and we somehow we got a card into the key thing, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the mechanism to open and lock the door, and we cracked the door open. And this is where all hell breaks loose. We hit this first classroom, guys, and there are these little chairs that are like yoga balls, but they have legs on the bottoms of them, right? Homeboy takes his knife and pops a hole in every single one, destroying them, okay? There's at least 20 of these, okay? He takes his knife, cuts a chunk out of the smartboard about that fucking big. I would later find out that they never replaced the smartboard. They went back to a blackboard. Now, I'm not condoning any of this. It was stupid. We didn't have to do it. I had no reason to really be there except I was trying to be fucking cool. But I wasn't. It was fucking stupid. Once we get in and we cause that bit of damage and whatnot, we start walking around and we see this masking tape. Not masking tape, like the pink tape that like you see on poles that like construction workers use, right? So we find this tape, and the way the school was set up, it was a set of classrooms on this top hallway, and then a staircase, and then another floor of just classrooms. So we ran it from that floor all the way down the stairs, and then when you hung a left coming down the stairs, right, there was the teacher's room, the teacher's break room. That also, weirdly enough, was also the health education room. It was a very, very small school. So we run this tape through the teacher's break room, and then we find this door on the back side of the room, which I would come to find out then, that would be my future history classroom. We open the door, walk into the history classroom, walk out the door with the tape, and then there's just a straight dead hallway, and we reach the dead end of the hallway, and then we lost the tape. We had no more. So, fast forward a little bit, and we're running around the school, and some people had heard us, I'm sure. So we dipped out. We fucking ran. And then we tried to get back in, and as soon as we got like 2 steps inside, we heard more people, and then we were like, oh shit, and we busted out again. And then we come back in the 3rd time. Nobody knows anything. This is where most of the important damage happens. I don't really remember the whole train of events that led to this, but while I was running away and lost the group, I had found a janitor's t-shirt, to which I threw in one of the toilets because there was a pre-K. It was a pre-K through 12 school. And I had got myself lost and found myself by these bathrooms, and I threw the shirt in there, and I kicked the fucking handle to flush it, and poof, there goes the shirt. Now, I come and I find the group, and everybody is running around and shit, and I apparently had found out that the drinks that were stolen by James and James weren't from the teacher's room like everybody else told me they were from. No. They fucking stole them from the local convenience store and brought them into the school we had broken into. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? So, me, Nina, and Travis, we go downstairs into the locker rooms because we were at the gym at a certain portion of time, and Nina finds these clothes. We were in the girls' locker room with her. She finds these clothes and she's like, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this, I don't like this shit, this is ugly. And I grab it and I say, I'll take care of it, and I threw that bitch in the toilet too, and I kicked the thing like I did the first one. And there goes the fucking, there goes the clothes. Right down the fucking, this is so bad. Why did I do this? I tell this story every time and I'm like, what the fuck were you doing, bud? So we make it out of there, get into the auditorium, and homeboy Travis sees the seats in the auditorium. There's at least 50 seats. Theater seats, mind you, not any little shindig. These are actual theater seats that cost quite a bit of money. He takes his knife and every single fucking chair that is in that room, he puts a hole in it, at least that big. I cannot even lie to y'all. With that being said, we proceeded to leave. I lost my sister, so I'm outside the school yelling, where is she at? And then I go into the school screaming, Haley! Like, where are you? And turns out she had already left. She had been gone for a fat fucking minute. She did not want none of this nonsense, and I don't blame her. I find my sister, and we're going home. School is right here. My house is on the corner, not even 70 yards away. I can look and see my house. And we get right to the driveway, and a cop pulls up, asks us questions. We say we don't know nothing, we heard some shit, that was about it, yada yada yada. Fast forward 5 fucking months. 5 months fast forward, okay? I'm chilling by myself. I'm playing 2K at the house. I'm waiting for my folks to get home. And there's a cop pulling in the driveway. And they asked me some questions. Parents home. You remember anything? Nope, I don't. Whatever. He's about to leave. I wasn't even going to tell my mom the cops were there in the first fucking place. But guess who pulls in the driveway when the cop gets into his fucking car? So let's just say my mother was not happy. I told her everything. We fucking told the story, whatnot. Fucking, we were caught, and I want to say it was quite swift. About 2 months later, bam, I'm on a full year of probation. Now, I'm sure y'all can fucking understand that my time at that school after that wasn't too good. Ironically enough, these people hated this fucking place and wanted it to burn to the fucking ground, but some kid causes $25,000 worth of damage. He's the piece of shit. We're gonna treat him like shit, and we're gonna bully him relentlessly for it, which, like, kind of deserved, but, oh, it just makes me mad. It just makes me mad. So, fast forward a year. I get off probation. It's the day I finally get off probation, and I'm in gym class, and I'm horsing around with my buddy. For sake of storytelling purposes, we'll call him Dylan. I'm horsing around with Dylan. I'm kind of wrestling with him, and I put him in a headlock. Good sleeper, right? Good rear naked choke. And I'm like, tap out, tap out, kid, tap out. And he's like, and like that, he goes from all smiles to, I almost lost my shit. So, gym teacher walks up, I caught him, I put him up against the wall, and I tell her what happened, and she goes, Ethan, you could have really, really hurt him. And I gave the worst fucking answer I could have given in this instance, like ever. I looked our teacher dead in the face and said, if I wanted to hurt him, I would have. That was not a good fucking answer. It was in the paper that I was possibly gonna get charged with a felony strangulation and all this, that, the third. Fucking, yeah, fast forward. And this kid proceeded to tell the cops and everybody that I was not his friend, that I didn't know him like that. Like, I didn't stay at his house for 2 days. Like, 2 months before this happened, I stayed at his house. Like, we were friends, homie. I know where you live at, dude. So, fast forward, and I'm going through the whole process of, I don't know if I'm going to juvie. I don't know if, what the fuck's gonna happen, right? I go and I hang out with my friend. For the sake of storytelling, we will call her Tammy. I went, smoked with Tammy, hung out, and she was at her sister's. We were hanging out at her sister's house waiting for her sister to come home. When homeboy comes down the stairs, I don't know this guy. We're all hanging out and whatnot, and then about 3 days later or so, I find out that that guy was homeboy's dad. And this dude's dad didn't know it was me either. Mind you, I had stayed at this dude's house. I didn't remember him. I would only talk to him for like 30 seconds to 2 minutes at most. I didn't remember the guy, and he obviously didn't remember me. And when he found out he was smoking in the basement with the dude that choked out his kid, he was not fucking happy. Not fucking happy. So then, fast forward about a month after that, month and a half, I'm on a year of probation again. So, 2 years of my high school career was spent on probation. It was not a great time. Not a great time. I appreciate y'all coming in. I appreciate y'all listening to my story. If you like the video, leave a like, subscribe to the boy. I would much appreciate it. We out of here. This is your friendly neighborhood smoke man signing off.